Easing, what is it? It's the ability to move from one place to another and how the computer resolves that animation. It can start slow, go fast, and then end abruptly, or vice versa. In any case, it makes a good beginning and end and middle. And all of those things are controlled by the control panel here. Every time you put a keyframe, if you see these little dots on the timeline, there are different types of movements that can exist here, and I've put them all laid out together so you can visually see all the types of effects that easing gives to each individual movement. You can see here where it says bounce in the control panel here. This is one of 11 types of easing, and hopefully with this you can use this as a reference when you're studying anime effects and seeing all the types of movement that can be possible with this. Oh, just as a heads up too, every time you put an effect, for example, let's say this little dot here where I'm standing on right now, boop, the rotation layer 1 and the keyframe on top here, I'll select it, and on the control panel where it says none, I'm going to choose something like bounce. It's only going to affect from this keyframe to this keyframe. This little section here will be the only thing that will be affected by that decision, by that movement. So if you want from here to have the same effect, you'll need to make this keyframe, which is its own entity, it's its own property of the movement, to have the same or something else. You can switch from one movement of from one type of easing and movement to another. And if you can read here where it says move and rotate, these are all the different types of keyframes within the same layer. Layer 1, let me turn it on and off so you can see which one is it. It's this little rotation cog here on top of me. So everything here in this line are the multiple effects of this piece, of this little rotation cog here. And if I wanted to make a different type of keyframe animation, I will go here into the control panel, into put the timeline where I wanted it to be. Let's say just put it in the same place here, and I hit, for example, an opacity change here. It'll be from here to here, and I want an opacity keyframe here, and you see how it expands. There's now a new opacity effects layer within the same layer. And now let's say that I wanted it to end on 0 here. You see that the cog disappeared, and I want it to start with 100% opacity. There you go. And now let's put a bounce easing effect, so it should bounce like from transparent to opaque, and then it just vanishes. See, there we go. Boing, boing. Yeah, there it is. and so you can do the same thing for multiple layers and effects, and combining different types of easing along with multiple types of animation effects without even touching bones. We're not even talking about bones yet or anything else. We're just talking about the different types of easing and the different types of movement that exist within the software. So the possibilities are plenty, actually. So yeah, I hope this helps you guys. I try to do this list because there has been projects that I've tried to do with this, and I've had to do my own easing without knowing that there were these options. And some of these options honestly don't resolve the type of easing that I want, and sometimes I have to make my own. Some do, some don't. It really depends on what you want, so be judicious on what you actually are looking for. And learn how to do it yourself, just in case these options don't help. It might be challenging, but trust me, it's super worth it, even though it might take time. In any case, it's a pretty good feature. It's pretty good, damn good feature. Better to have 11 than nothing, you know. If you are on YouTube, I'll try and put on the description the timeline of the different types of easing, so you can see and search at your convenience. And yeah, I hope this helps as you study how to use the program.